de abenu anu mienu esum onwumre mi din de KaseƐ amene
Maame Efia Nyarko papa bi
afi ye fa brane de kase ni nchemu ato amso efiri na wotwetwe mu ne boboba e na fa ngobo akosoro e wo man Ghana emu na mso ma driver fo na ka ho asem a na wo mu ba bi a wode wonan asia na wogina ene se wo hwese nkaban be frɛ wo mpanimfo se GPRTO se ya proto o e driver unions ni nyina na nka soafo be de akire ne wo makasa na wahunu ba bi a wode ebo ni mpagyamu no e de befa na nso kamia se watofu na abro na wotwini hwimfira ban ho ma ntene o mo ankasa aye wadwe so obetutu buonim o mo twa kosi fiada abanya nkasa won ho a wo mo bete ne fridge wade kono na lorry fare bo foforo e na aba na no na sofa be de akire hwe akwantu hu nsem so Deputy Transport Minister Ura Hassan Suleiman Tampuli wono akasa chesa drobafo ni nyabotre bibie ne eba yetena edantiem na mpanimfo adwendwen ho na wo mahunu kwampa obetu onan de asie na msamo de transport owners nyina ne concerned drivers association for ene driver unions ni nyina woso onim sefu abo akosoro na nso bibie mu abotre ene de eye na ne nsemo de tu dwani.
I don't know where this fuel prices are going through the roof is coming from. Don't forget, in this country, fuel prices have gone way up to 23 Ghana cedis before. Now, at the time that the fuel prices were 23 Ghana cedis, the lorry fares were even lower than they are right now. So I'm not sure whether there is need to panic about increase in lorry fares. This current pricing window, petrol was supposed to go up by about 3% and diesel of about 1%. So I'm not sure there is need to panic because there's no need. And the price of petroleum product is done transparently. You don't need to even wait for MPA to announce. You can check it up on your own. There are websites that will give you prices of petroleum products and you can compare with Ghana, Togo, Benin, Nigeria, La Côte d'Ivoire, Burkina Faso. You can always compare and you recognize that ours is not the highest. Ours is by far one of the least in the West African sub-region. So there's no need to worry about this.
Ora Hassan Tampuli ni nsam no se yehwe yefu na Ghana kura de na efu kura e wo West Africa Nigeria o mutu fango ni bi wo kura no enye fuma wo musanti bibini a ya droba fo ni nyabotre
ye jina doba fo ensensemu no mani abrabre SKS kana shintiade o mo betumu no ye de mo kwa kasoa eye awotu senya East municipality ene se doba fo me nsa ne yamane ya saka chemu a apolisiefo ache wo mo ye so mo de abo ani menteme ho ase ye beto kase kam yantum ene ho nsemo a ene nam so na nansa eye yensantuo ni ade koso no ohu bi nti obebo yen amane nana
abafia
majoy President driver for me and ya jawo mo na dia kura na kwafa bae sai ya chiwo
yo but as abafia let me tell promise assurity for what you bra we say na what share ndani ndani na epemu awo kaswa awutu se is of instrumental media the SC wa ha na ani say industry driver for me nsa a wo ye adwuma awo kaswa station ewo old station kaswa old station kaswa station ni yo ni station old station ono kaswa tema driver so mo ntanyansa na eteme no ekese wakadi apolice for wo central business district or CBD omo oni mi kaswa the head last one esambone a okotire obebra na nyina no eni se no dodo kaswa na efi and ntino why police station special one of the head last one ma watch now what the one is here ni one more this time no question one started up to say wa kwa pim one more just station master no so one o kan obi awoyen call for anan but then I don't copy one more ni na me say ni na anyim say GPRT oya driver fun ko mu ku no what the crack asentin abato abontin there if me na do kono ahyentuade a passenger say wo for car wo tua no on a fango bo akosoro ntino also about 20%. Na mini asisi am no ka say hit ma ka so hanu ma ka so republic no ibopi hanu ma ye drivers Saturday on ko sanka wo chen e ma nanka sa je share no akoso na person na wo share nim say bia na GPRTU fo obenya agency san ana so ya agency san e Saturday ho e ba fa no ibopi ma ka so hanu ma drivers na nida na what shall say there were the J African order center the nibi one will pay more that so honestly if you can swap that's a local budu no na la camper first now got the 5 cities so to one man that what shall say what the 5 cities to show what the 10 cities and it's no ana kwa aka say some ka so high pa obi nim dey see na ana pe we o copy more television one on one more will to plan. Open your 1 month, we say, Shano, Swan, Echo. There was the 7 cities in the Minoka say, what the 14 cities, or 50% of what out of 20%, you know. And in see, KP change Basabasan to Quaggy, our station one more, and on in see, person about Coco Ball, I pray for our samp, the Hono, Amanay, that puts with him or by no, what about you, or your station master, Hono, Obosun and Petty, and what no query. Then I didn't know quite a driver to pay 50. Our station was 1 penny, now for station master, no, 1 funnel and on in 2024, see you 1 month. 2 moments to wait to one police about Pojaho, I know all quiet financial room, what bonasum, police, I say, hey, Mina Bonasum, when I ask a bit our ornament, as the same no, I can say, police for Balasano, once when India were beyond tear gas, now I feel pepper spray, what you Google, driver see what's up. I feel with Obian, Oya, or no, I trash it. No, the teacher, the man, I 14 more and call me and saying, station master come away for what no quite a shame. I will swap police station. I will be heading on. I say, what the month. If you want some, and then I had G2 for I can try for 4 but 20%. Can swap the station drivers. I want one more. I shall say what you think about that. And now, I want some a bufu, my passengers, and the drivers. I want to put the far I will put the phone out soon. I should put the phone in the Angasa, my work in South. I will put it for instance. Our Kaswa.
And no more Babo, who do Marco to honest. I already said you below me. My idea, I can generation in what could you more, our course. Last time we seen and that was very 50. No, 2 shepherds for us that 1 young one couple police for no. But the friend that after telling them where did be our police station one more Angasa. No, what I said, tear guys, a big course, so any part a beer paper.
Oh, beer paper, I put from 1 day more. I want to come, that was very 50. No, tack one. Which a drama, which a video said about, and I was saying, I want bookings for Angasa. And so I want to gas Gomosona, a facial, pepper spray, would go Mosa, on the amount of any issue, ABB one, to do now to be some agent Jenny. No, yeah, why they go me, it's only station master, no, or rock a shame, our 1 cuckoo. So that was 1 penny, no, for station master, and conquering.
No, that's money.
Abusuafo
na na nsa woto yankra free mantamu ene odi free kaso abaninti na de woso ne pani be kona rediem ai nti ya ko wo se uniform
we are free be said the man under the crown crown e bo mo chenenim no e hye na
wo gina ho na man no
ati sa wo president asumtu be nya sem abusuafo ye to ansem ne so ye comment fi mantamu na northern regional minister e ya honorable Shani Alhassan Shaibu ene wakasa de adesre ato muslimifo nyina nim titiro mu e wo northern region ho se omunni prophet Muhammad oyen commissioni a oboni dia no asori agina ho no ne nhihye ne ne omapa oba ye oyeye so na enei akomkyere ye omudi deduasa ekwa wieye obia subambone ntomafi a ne fra wo mo dada no wo patugu ensan kofa mfra biu se na sabe opentokwa obia de da ho na wafa wo keka nsam efa nkrofo ho abra wonim subambone bia na wotimo no ene akonkyere ne dware wo mu nyina nti obia fa subampapa na onfa nante ene muslimifo e wotamale ahia a wo mu nyina di egu akomkyere ana akiri wia no yedi ni nyina egu defo enefo aduasa omo de kire kom no wawie ho adwuma honorable Shani Alhassan Shaibu eno na chi no honorable yi etoa so ne nsemokyere se de ne traffic eni enipa dodo aba ewo tamale ne mpotamo no wose besi bosome ntamu efiri sabe kosi be bosome ntamu enipa be ye dunum na ka abobo wo mo ewo tamale interchange ye ma wo mo nyina echi no ama traffic ne ho ahomete no ankofom nanso omanfo ni nimra so yaye interchange ba bia ka ne fa ho enso nipa be kofa ba bia nipa fa no na obo atragota wo ye ne sa ka bowo a baby a traffic light NC no so wo ya so den kofa wo na ka bowo driver ni no emre bia nhada nchechire ne sa.
There is a warning trend especially where we have recorded so many road accidents. We have also spoken to them during the last days of Ramadan at the time to go to the mosque. This is some mosque. Also interact with the youth. We have realized about 15 deaths during this kind of one month. That is unacceptable. Go to accidents in town. So that is another issue that we are going to be using to make sure that we make this kind of thing of the past so that we can all do better in our lives. It's not always about death. It's about being also when you get named, that's your also affect your children, your wives and other people that will depend on it. That's the reason why we end the youth to make sure that we are using our roots. We should benefit and respect. Not abide, respect traffic and make sure that roads are kept free of accidents. Additionally, as we celebrate it's important for us to recognize that living together, forgiving each other, and helping each other is one of the cardinal principles of Islam. This is why I want to conclude by saying that let us be each other's keeper so that we can all build a better society for Ghana, for ourselves. On this road, let me once again wish each and every one of you in the future Ramadan Mubarak and happy Christmas.
We ensemo a esi tamale ene de honorable Shani Al-Hassan Shaibu your Northern Regional Minister ninsam ne tie
ye fi fido tamale ne aba sante mante mamanse central abontu su Jacobu ene ne mpatamu omanfo wa se omusa o mamobi a wo ha no mo de ne de dutwam omusa o mo kwan nyenyenyenyenyenye na be ko no ansumpo no chip compound kaketo yi a no so siwa e was ampanifo siesie mu di mfidie ne ne magum na hwa ya eya hwa yarefo no enya papa nti o mo besere aban meye ma won no won fa apom de adwuma yefo so mra ho no won hwe wo mo afi network nso nye kwa wote ho a wunya bi chese ne ma bebre e ma omukuro ni mutena enya nika nana adusi poku ena ebo yamane
amanfo a owo abuntu so ena de woma desrede to Ghana man panyini anim ene wono ma eka bia ewom ewo oman yi mu anim sei eba na akwanfo a omo wo bi pa omo akwan na ha wo mo pa ye ama akwane abadie ni dwadie entimi nkoso jojo emma omo enu achi ni nso no omo ni ayaresabia baabi mpo omo beja omo nan mpo eden mo omo pa sanso so na eba na network ho nsensem a enu nso so akwakoye boachi bidin ni senti amanfo wo abuntu so echre omo house echre oyepa KaseƐ
ni baabi e akotrete isi akokobola so no mbasa tiaru de ne ya ha pa wa ha wo ha de obi mu ya kwanye ni na atu ake ya sabi ahwe ko fe bi here ye ni bi odunfo bi abesi kakra bi ache ha enyi obi kura no atena mu mpo kura ya maye ya de gisi akuachi obuakwa na wokora se mu ya dene a wasa ha na KaseƐ de waba abetwom sa de wakoja kobu erikoto ne bi na ka akwa no ho nko nso asa aye den no so ho do how de obi mu
ye brasa yenya network obi kura fra wokom kwa na wonya bibi kura sikwa na obi kura fra kwa aka kire wa gise kube na akofro hospital so ya am say ye ni hwe wa ho hospital ni ha na ye kwan ene kwam so omba betum aha ni afianfo wo kwa enu be say yo so ye 250,000 aha to Jacobu ekwan ne wa na enso ebo no mogye no ebro sa wa nti yesra ban so mra na omeboa ye wa na ye bre amanse central
check ni here network say bia emergency bisi kura say asem yesi ana se bia bisa obi fro kura wonya wo so fro bia kasma che no kura nya de nti network ni here
eno ade me nua kan no na kan be ka network ye ho kire pa ye bele say obi kura yala na ade ne kɔ ne kwan inu tamu no so obi wu anu wawu yesra ban wo hu ye mo no mo aye
eno achi no owura Apia Charles a ono eye unit committee member enso so ekyerɛkyerɛ hawa hodoɔ ne amane a omuhunu ɛwɔ abuntu so ɛhɔnom ekyerɛ oyerepa KaseƐ
na ye haw pa kɛseɛ ba ko pa ye kwan ene nsuo tɔ de a ebo no nsia aka bia ne wa eba ye MP wana ba kwasi jefi kotina radio so ka sɛ ni kurum kwan de nsuo tɔ a ana kan timi nkwan sɛ nsuo ntɔ de a cars ne timi kɔ isi ekwan we fiti ekɔ Jacobu we furu car ji so tua 20 cedis ekwan we fi ebundu to Jacobu tua 20 cedis na otimi akwamba ye san ni network ne kura na ye problem kɛseɛ a BBC kura na sɛ opa sɛ ofuru obi a emergency case bi na so ko gina baabi ko pedua bi so ana esi bi so baabi a sɛ wona obetime nya network BBC kura na opa sɛ o de kɔ ma BBC na ano ye chiamro baabi wo kwan so a ombeta ken kofo ye pe police wa from baabi ko gina yen ye bre pa sɛ nya network afro wom ye nia na ye san che na ade na kem ne komo mo Yakubu police station wo nti ade ye ha okese pa ye kwan ene ye network ende ye bre wo ho papa
Nana edisi pokuya amanebo eno no
ye to so a kofa bai ya wakofa ne na manyoku e di national interest movement e di abaye Dr. Abu Sakara Foster ye re ye beka ye bribi atwamu CPP mu no di mu akotene na obeye flag bearer kra ne no achi ene ye ntene nka wamanyose mu bio na ne ye so no rala alanchemate akoka bom a se national interest movement no emblem no mu fa o se so mu fa butterfly no e so mu akoye alliance amanyame yadom afia bato no mu emienu na ekro ena fe de ye nya hu ye nso ne se hwan na be flag bearer ena hwan ye running mate eno so ye koye ni mu ne ye behu na Dr. Abu Sakara Foster ene nsem trofa twetwe nkomo ama waka ne botaye ene nani so ade hunu a wode te ne party anaso ne movement a ede national interest movement ye name na wasa adwen hu bio se wone movement for change ye yera lankyerematen enso de ne bekwa akoka bomu wa kire se o my Ghana ade yan amanyofo ekukuru ba soro hwe ase sori nyina ye mpuntuo wonya de odi mpuntuo beba political parties ahodo ni nyina obi ani daso na so se ne ni so ade hunu eno no na mpuntuo so beba o man mu a eni se yamanyosem se obi firi ha ehafo na toma ame ntime kwakohwe ha yie na ehafo de o man to ma ntime yi mani ni nyina no enya de a ede mpuntuo eba wo se yewra lankyerematen MPP aba omokoto ye last November ya no wo hwe kwan so obedi nkonim anko yie ene nam so ma odi yawo bi etu sa na mo no wono de ne ho akobata ne ho ya afi ombe pre nkonim de.
There's been so many of these attempts at joining groups together, etc. But it's always been about position. What am I going to get out of this, etc. But we didn't want this to be about that. Because what brought us together was really the need to find that transformative change and to do it in a progressive manner. Because if you like, this alliance is born out of a turn away from stagnation to a more progressive path. Now, why it seems so strange, it's because you know where I am coming from and you know where my partner Alan Chimanting is coming from. So to see the two of us together, people thought, oh, how is that possible? But then the question is, what brought them together? And that's the question I think people should be asking. If you look at our background, people who have always been keen on seeing a big transformation in this country and looking for innovative, progressive ways of doing it to take us to the next level. If you see from his point of view, I don't want to speak for him, but this is somebody who had been in a political party for a long time. And maybe that development of freedom mantra that he saw as attractive to him ceased to be so. And that freedom in election of who they wanted was emasculated. I am sure he must have been trying to resolve this internally for a long time, but this was the last straw. So if we cannot even live according to our freedom within our party, then why for that outside and be able to do the things that I think we can do with that kind of intention and vision.
We Dr. Abu Sakara Foster or no ene what in the national interest movement or the Akobo Alanchemati movement for change no emu.
Ejebo nya bedu ni na say performance tracker ya mpanimfo yɛ so amode ba na no na ebe yesu sudua ebe boa mampum to dwuma hodro aban ɛyɛ no ebetumi ahyehye eno omapa ho ntoma ewo Ghana Institute of Management and Public Administration GIMPA womo ehonom ewo enkran na enum no eno oswafo hwe adansie ne nnwuma nsam so ono abokwadwo opon kroma wode atodwa ya wo chiemu se yewo aban nnwuma hodro bia na se projects a eye mpumtu nnwuma womo ye makoma be empem dumiensa 13,000 projects a ni nyina baabi ewo baabi omo ye ni nyina omo hyehye ni nyina edi egu eye badwemba afidie yi so ya ebetumi aboa paama nti de bia se de adwuma na ekoro baabi ewo nyina wo behu na esunsusude eni ne ekoni nyina bibia mada ho no mo fine wose nkontabuo nyina so fa ho no enso bewie peye patches obia bete ne ho ase ewo mu nti nnwuma hodro mo be no o ma chichemu categories no mako aduonu mienu.
Government Agenda 111 project, and this is very interesting. Agenda 111 project, when you take the numbers and you add it to the previous health infrastructure that existed, by the time we are done, healthcare infrastructure would have gone up by 55.9%. That is the addition of half of the stock that existed already to Ghana's health infrastructure. And I think we can give ourselves as a country a big round of applause on this one. STEM education, 5 schools completed, 5 under construction. And depending on which dimension you are querying, you can then go in there and then find the details for yourself. Over 5.7 million children benefiting from free SHS by the Honorable Minister for Information designates. The performance tracker is an empowerment tool. It empowers all of us, all of society, so that together we can track our common progress. The general public is asking questions. Those questions are answered on this platform. Development partners want to know, when we give you, budget assistance or specific project financing, what do you use it for? The answers are here. The media is asking questions on a regular basis. The fourth estate of the realm, holding government accountable. What has government done with the resources of the state? The answers are here. Civil society organizations, sometimes across various sectors, are asking questions. The answers are here. And here, on an academic premises like this, you also do know that the academia is always asking questions. The answers are here. The performance tracker has an architecture of about 5 key parts. The information is organized in 5 key, may I say, buckets. And very quickly, I want to take you through it before we launch and before I invite you to ask for some data yourself and find the data on the platform. Now, these are the 5 major buckets of information that you'll find on the performance tracker. First, you'll find thematic areas. As I mentioned, in 2020, the tracker focused mostly on infrastructure projects. We've gone beyond that. And so in 2024, this tracker goes beyond infrastructure and features 22 thematic areas. So you'll find, for example, roads, where you'll find a lot of infrastructure. You find education, you'll find health, you'll find security, you'll find the 22 major thematic areas that we often query information about when it comes to governance.
Enti said Honorable Kwadwo Ponkroma echechemu no omachechemu aduonu mienu bi behwe enwomesua apomuden akwan ni niam ahodo ni nyaya mpomtudwuma ayeye no nti ni nyom beku chire edi atosusudua so na akwa afidie badwemba no eso na enum no eno osade atodwa se agenda 111 ya aban eye no ebeboa pa ma apomuden ho nsama konanim wo ha muchichemu aduonu nu machi poso enkono 55.9%.
Government Agenda 111 project, and this is very interesting. Agenda 111 project, when you take the numbers and you add it to the previous health infrastructure that existed, by the time we are done, healthcare infrastructure would have gone up by 55.9%. That is the addition of half of the stock that existed already to Ghana's health infrastructure. And I think we can give ourselves as a country a big round of applause on this one. STEM education, 5 schools completed, 5 under construction. And depending on which dimension you are querying, you can then go in there and then find the details for yourself. Over 5.7 million children benefiting from free SHS and TVET education as at June 2023, when this data was put in. I know that data set has even improved between then and now. Because June, then there was September intake, etc. But as at that time, 5.7 million children benefiting from free senior high school and TVET education. Rural telephony, a radical program that was rolled out I see the Minister of Communications is here with us. 1,448 telephony sites that have been established between 2017 and 2023. And let me tell you what's interesting about this. Each of these sites in a community has a certain number of people around it. Let's use a minimum 100. 1,448 multiplied by 100, who can now have better connectivity for their commerce, for their personal communication, for whether it's healthcare, dealing with relatives to send help or whatever. That is the kind of impact that this 1,448 telephony sites is delivering. So when you see the number, it's not just a number, there's a story behind the number. There are lives that are being impacted behind that number of 1,448 rural telephony sites, multiplied by the number of people who live in those communities and how it is impacting their lives out there. Housing units, you know, now I'm biased towards housing. These days I only
also for dance any human some so no acham constituency mashabijani onobo kojo opon ukonoma
nie otu frank ama NDC wafia bato mu mampani dada John Mahama ene wakohia Ghana Union of Traders guta ekuoma amenam so woda niam bi adi kire se ekwan a aban di levy ene taxes atoto cars ayekra edifi abrochire ba oman Ghana mu ni titu de friend say luxurious vehicles no 4x4 no ne de keke ka ho a ekosoro no ebo na no eden aban ne yesa na o hye nipa konfo. We
need to make our port competitive, and all of us must work together to see how we can do it. One, clearance procedures must be made easier. And one of the promises I make you is that we're going to sit together with our trade ministry and we're going to look at all the fees and charges at the port and rationalize them. Those that are not necessary illegal fees, we'll take them out so that we can make things easier. We're going to let the port work 24 hours, and it's part of the strategy for the 24-hour economy. There's no reason why we can't clear our things on Sunday. There's no reason why we can't clear our things on holiday. The port is an essential service. The way that the electricity company does not go on leave on Sundays and holidays is because it's an essential service. The port is also an essential service. And so the port must continue to work every day of the week, including holidays. And so we'll do that, so that people can clear their goods as quickly as possible. Aside from that, in order to make your lives easier, we're going to license some financial institutions. And so if your container is coming and you don't have the money to clear it immediately, you will go to the financial institution to be licensed to do that kind of business in the port. It will be a specialized financial service. So you take your customs document and then take it to the institution and say, look, my cargo is coming. These are the goods I have in it. This is the duty I'm supposed to pay. You sign an agreement with them depending on how long you want. I want a month to be able to gather the money to clear, or 2 months, or 3 months. Government will regulate the interest that they will charge you so that it's not excessive.
We mampani dada John Dramani Mahama ukoshia guta for ene won kran eno de nsem we tudwa.
Amania yensaka echiremu a Minerals Commission of Ghana empanimfo omo de asase ekese no empemu du ahanwatwe aduonum enkorachi poso ahanu aduonu enum ena omo so omo de ama agudie fam agudie adwuma yekuo bi ya omo fira ma no ne so omo ma metu agudie Megop Mining Limited anka ne ne from BSD Mining na asem yi no akoye ya ma opani baako ya wono wakutia illegal mining anasa agudie a yefa kuntuna se etu Professor Michael Kwatin wodi atodwa no rochemu se said ye cancer aseno ne ye kan no na say koko board for so mo ye rehabilitation program bi a o ma hye da agents ase o mu duadua koko ebi e dia ma o manfo bi o mu twa o mu koko nyina gui na o ma hye ase edua fofra ma wo mo eno wo se sansa ase no ebi e ka ho eno kwa ye ekese no ye wa ha aduosia enkono ene kakra ene ka ho emia asa wo ha wo yi o mu be komu no eye apo yem braha be bome brosanko wagadugu na kondomme
data ya diama me no nature said this operational area per 4,340 hectares entisia mo kwan a koko a mo ba be se no eno no na so mo se sa koko we ya o de ko acres mo is about 10,859 acres. Yes, na sa koko ni se na munim koko a ya koko beans a ye be lusu efim ya be short about 956
What the buy sika sima 316,498,628 Ghana cedis. A year mohankwa si ama mo se koko ye wa here. Ghana sika ebe lusu efim no. Enti we house atena ho. We house atena ho. Enti antena ho.
Enti se de ekono no efe ya yekoko no na ye twa egu amanfo e de abetu agudie na woni a omoye akuafo a ye fi nipa be wa hadi okono bi ade we aka wo manipa e chiema se kura se wo kwa afuo mu a wo mo ma beto saasase no wo ma hyase de papim sisi ho no ma wunya kwan po no wakọ wafuo mu e no mo de excavators ne machine akese ni bia besisi wo mo so mo de betwa kokoo na gu o se de wo mo ya na wo mo ye na se de mo ya na mo ye yo ndi ya te ye soro wo mo se ye pe a ye mfa nkọ ba bia ye pe na ye so ye nim se kokko borbe tima ta ye chi se ye wo ye samul ndi ye te sa de a ye de be kokko da samul do meto aba no ma asamul no BBC simia kisa me de kodano ye de kodano ama wo de ye ko assembly office o mo se yan ne sa kisa o mo kosi dan maye ye ba ye e ko be se bo so mianse ni ye nti ho hwi
na sa suban we no kure nyame ani na bi na obi company wokofa nipa de atare ahye no Ghana sojafo so wo ho adai na nipa no ko hye atade no wonya sojani o wonya hwe ni ade soja atare ahye no ko no ko koso Ghana ha no ni nyina ka ho bi se mo hu se papa wo hye soja atare ba me pame dem na wura bi kwa no oba wi a na wo ko hwe kwane a wo mo di e fa so a first yakokwa kakefo nyina wa ha kokwa ya ti ne halmo no ente ne aha nyina pasa won mu aban ayi o mu a wo bo aye no wo mo ka du baabi afa wo ma ba mu abu asem ne se mo mo aye ye di kamafo ese se kwafo ye di kamafo ntina strike ko ye ti mi ko bi ye di ko strike na so ne hu se edua ho nya chitafo etu nya chitafo a na 20 mo ai ba be ye chitafo dia papa ye se mo o ma ne nsu ha na mo mo aye ma ani bre ni wo hawa abaye so no munjin free so
enti sadie omanfo ni bi enso de wo mo hawo ho nsam atudwa eno no
ebusuafo ye to aso na yakosi kasem nkomomu a Ghana aban enkuntabufo panie government statistician Professor Samuel Kwabena enim ene wakasa de March bosom ye besin twam obenim de abosom miensanim inflation baby o man na ho odin ni sikasem koduru ye enyina toto ensane ni akyerekyirim ekira nanka inflation ne abobo abedru 23.2% nanso apegyanimu bosom miensa na etwam no mu akodu 25.8%. Ni nyina ye nuane still nuane bo eden wo Ghana ho ukodwomu aduane keka ukotwa bedie ne bo eden kura chefu wo ne nneoma ye tode ye ho a wo beka se no kura beche asini nuane no prof chechense mu kire se nuane ne kura de ye wo man Ghana mu ne bo eden che de ye kra e de free nkrofo aman so edi baye mai emu ma afei uyi nuane no ano ne ahodo de nsabuduro alcohol enim na alcoholic beverages no eno so ebo ne kosoro ya ebi no adobafo kora ede ekofa ba ene sa ne o mani nyina no ebo a mo gye sa woni ekokra ne o mansankran no de firi besi akotamala wa imagine sika wo beje wo bekasefu wo bo oden na spare parts bo akosoro ne o mo de beto so no so kwa wo de beto so ne neoma no na waton a wo bete ne mfa so na afei yen ya yekoto abedie no ye na eka ne nyina eba beso yen wa cheche nsem bebre mu pa.
Rate of inflation stood at 25.8%. The region that recorded the highest rate of inflation was the Upper East region that recorded the rate of inflation of 42.9%, and the region that recorded the lowest rate of inflation was the Oti region that recorded a rate of inflation of 14.3% for the month of March 2023. These regions, that is the Upper East region with the highest rate of inflation and Oti region with the lowest rate of inflation, culminated commenting about a 3-time difference between the region with the highest rate of inflation and the region with the lowest rate of inflation, respectively 42.9% and 14.3%. From a food perspective, we continue to see Eastern region recording the highest rate of food inflation and Upper East region recorded the highest rate of non-food inflation for the month of March 2023. Recent months, we see the dominance of vegetables, tubers and plantains contributing the highest rate of inflation was the Upper East region that recorded a rate of inflation of 42.9%, and the region that recorded the lowest rate of inflation was the Oti region that recorded a rate of inflation of 14.3% for the month of March 2023. These regions, that is the Upper East region with the highest rate of inflation and Oti region with the lowest rate of inflation, culminating about a 3-time difference between the region with the highest rate of inflation and the region with the lowest rate of inflation, respectively.
Nanka drew 23%. Ni enim say beti aba feda aba fom. Na so asaya fro pata bi ni nyina ye nuane no na ye dua wo Ghana ne de ye wo man Ghana mkra ne bu eden che nkrofo man so. E wo se ye tie ni hwe ho no mo na oni pa bia so aduane kra ne ade wo se ye fo e wa setinam. Sabe wo ni sika de be han dan adama wasomadwo wa e kwamo so ne enku abrochira man nye sa na tie e wo se mpanimfo te wani no ye bibi e de fa.
Sadie ebeye na bola ya ye buru eno raba ya tutu go ye betumi asakra mu e dia ye bibi pa e ho akansie akoso e wo schools ahodo bi mu e wo Kumase na enum no e na Kumase kropon yi meya Honorable Samuel Pine wo KaseƐ wo dia tudwa sa ahonidie de yeso wi nyamsomo pa eno ne wo ho nti wo besre awofo ye mfa hyase wo fie na achache fo so hyase wo school mu se nkwala no ofiri wo achase no ye mfa ahonidie ho nsam nkyerɛkyerɛ wo ma ye ba ne sa wo nyine a aka ne ho ya ahonidie betimi akoso e wo na setena mu nyina ena wo so wo besa ase ese mpanimfo mo hwɛ eye Kumase metro education so no ka mo peda bi nsisi ho no ma da ne de e ya ahonidie no mo de be kyerɛkyerɛ nkwala no e ba ne sa be bo ama efia ye buru ye ho ya teso
wo hwɛ ye environment no ye mpanimfo no aso de ne nema ye ya ye hu se adi tinkwara no e mo mu huna bafa ofie na oba de obe mu school mu ne maame ne papa no fa ne nua pani bi ka ho asema e ko nipa ne trum asem wo sei e ba ya dwunu mo mra ye nya kwan e ko Columbus Ohio America mem ye ko wo mo waste management department na pani na ohwe waste management no o ka asem bi kire mi se ne ba ono ne kotura ono papa nto ko eno hu se ne na e wo container ba ko ko dis wo bisa sa na na dia wo yi unim se obese environment na da chief for ye be den nti hu se yes no kre in the bar no ye tu ho na mo se den ne ya titi clubs e wo schools na pilot 5 schools no so omo no ye se adwuma no na ejia ye dia Kumase nyina and possibly asante nyina mempo esusu se region sa aka no so no ebesua ewo mu ya chaw ne ma container dom de be ye adwuma na ho kika ho no wo mo sa taw ne man no so a mo be sika kakra e de agri school no ne man kitikiti bia ya wo mo ya no nti ya de se de mo nya ntetie no na ma subanpa abo mo mu ya san ya sre metro education directorate no say na chechefo no ninkita ho na wo mayen na nsambi within a week no anopa bia no be smanum omumfa ma chechefo no no monkyere mofra no say the crop cry ho ma ye environment so ebe yeye nti gidi say sa ne ma no ko wo mu no mu sani ya ebe nya tusanso kwa wo mpefo so na aboa ma de ye se be ma Kumase ene o man no mungo aye kama no bibia so akoso kwa wo mu curriculum na wo basic schools na secondary schools na social studies ni sa na mani nyina sa na ma no ewom na nipa ni su awe na kra na personal politics and the free education aba ebu man crofo pie nya opportunity amuso akro school ato da bia dugo na kra na munya kwan enko school empu ahu se
Wei Honorable Sampai ninsam ya wode atu dwano no na coordinator Emma Holistic Rain Enforcement for Sustainable Development program no ewo Kumase Kropon Assembly mu Yowura Joshua Tete Norte na wo kyerem se efri ebenada anase na wotwe ye besimu ekɔ na dwa dampo ne sa shop na bi obi a wo store ya ye bedu wani mu na efi wo ho no ye kyew e de wa famara kwan so
ade a ye de ba ya ye nim se ade a ya fantiti ye say echiche bola ya fatisi but say ya gusu eboa na ya nya nsem kakra wo because we don't na das binisi ho na kwabnani or the ball and net form. And I saw Mutia Kakaka so from Waki. Sa Sikanusu and said and by. But starting Monday, you started Jesus Kano. Starting Monday, you started enforcement. And to show Bia who will do say ba now shop any mere fear. And the new before because you started 1st of November. Last month, NF 5 months at least. You sure him say in Kaibo any Titiano because by him says he said and say Yedimra and Dijuma na Yanyasa Subaya so Musatra. Sikano Ubia or Bola no or Tia Bolaka. Ubia was shop or Patasi or Tia Skama Zoom Lion. No, be far. Ubia Bola, Bokum or Tia Sikama Asadu. No, be far. See a woman where Juma wants to do Musu or Muya Bola, and he assured him say Musube Boya Kakra. And it is a wish shops now. He assured him say, or Moody 5 city Boya, or more Muya Bojaboja from Nusu, on the Maya 2 city. I feel soup or more Muton Kubenusu. He assured him say, on the Maya 10 city every day. Now,
well, Joshua Tetenoti, any tea.
Ebusuafo ye twaso adwadifo ma ewo emem daily market ye wosunafo north municipality mu ewa hafo region e de aseda ama honorable Evans Opoku Bobie a wo yemra hye bedwani wo Mpotamo na wosan ye minister ewa hafo ho ese wo mo adwonso dan eye washrooms ahodo a wo siesie won ho na asai a yetutu mu kra wo na machira pampan ne nam wona nyasam ketwa so ne papa ya besakra ne mani tutu WC esisi foforo aye dwonsodan kama penti ho amana dane mu no kra ama nei adwadifo ma no ani aso de aseda akoma no
na nsane ani so ola boadum obaye nsuo pipe na mai de na kwa mu ya toilet so ye bi ne kama aye se odwom na se ho tere a ye pese ko toilet ye bia ko toilet ye bia san adwonso aka ho nsuo no so etimi buya bibia di yami adom ona bobo bie ne chama baba ye pipe na mai na le sia ma be san ka mebusa ona bo se toilet no ida se be ko ni free na se pipe no e be bu ni free o pipe de difference be wa 3 weeks ni o mu ye na po tank ni sa ona da be hwe na de kese ba bi so aya ma ye ayi se we bibia ka so na ba mu se yami shiro me do mase e se le tu mu ma ye bibia ma edwom aye wo nsuo ye o pipe ndi ade tu mu mo ye ni nyina ma ye kama ana wo mu amuso ko so no afa ko yanzu aka to mu se no o ma se toilet no ana se wona ma ba nte be kwa be di ehuni se be ya toilet no en se bi me nya problem bia e wo dwom a
ba cho mo wona ona bo ba se yen hwe pipe ni toilet na o be ye se ye me pe paso na me fiesie pipe na no ma wo na mo ba nti se ye mo nyina na se wo mo wi na ka prompa na wo ba ye toilet na ma bibia ye flash e be ko ene de obetna so ye betua ka ene nsuo no so lad be ba no bo betua ene nko ane ye mo ye hia bi pa ene afa so ye ni de o mo amosesa bola ma ye bola ye wia ye bre pa na ye de abopa amoma kotuo nti saa ne ma no de da yakoma so e wo se ye se ye ne be kasa
eti no mbe bi ni e be boa ye bisa wa akwa na dun so de wa unya ba bia ene wa dun so toilet de wa dis o kwa mampo ko afo ye fo ha unu wo kwa na bia wa ase wo te toilet no de bi e be boa ye pa
we eye adwadifo ma wo mem daily market ye we sunafo north municipality mu e wa hafo region waseda a wo de koma regional minister ene MP no
Oswafo ho man ya fisa so ye interior minister honorable Henry Kwate ena ebredi kan kra wa kwansrahwe e wo police fo aso ye kase enie ho ena odi akotodwa no wo chem se nyame anim no kure nie ekwa police fo be mo show uniform fa so gigi sika won krofo ho no enye kra osese wo hwe uniform na wo ye yasa na chese wo gu aban no kure anim ase osi titu pa sa wa kwa international airport ye koteka ho no police ni enye wo duty se wo bo wo bi kra wo tu kwan ewo ni bibia ho so hwe uniform na wo bo na wo gisika ozo mu nya nyu madwuma no
to caution, just as I did at the Ghana Immigration Service. This is an election year, and by the grace of God, we will ensure free, fair, transparent elections before, during, and after the 2024 elections. May I now respectfully say that our duty is to serve God and country. A few reports have come to my desk, and and I don't want to go too deep into it. Some of us, and I choose my words carefully, some personnel have made it a point that their actions are deliberately geared at sabotaging government. That should not be happening again. Don't stop cars and unnecessarily impound them. Discretion must be applied. Those of you who stop cars and take them to the corner and delay them for so many hours, we'll be looking for you. And when we find you, don't say politics, because there's nothing politics about this. It's about discipline. And as I've said, the discipline is good, very, very good. So add this to it, then you have a complete discipline. I said this to the immigration service when I was there, and I'm going to generalize it now. It has become one too many a practice at our entry points where you find security personnel in uniform assisting passengers departing and arriving, pushing their bags, going through security checkpoints. In some cases, they stand at the conveyor belts to push and pull their bags. I don't know any part in this world that when you arrive, a police officer in that country, or an immigration officer, prisons officer, a military, will meet you and take you through immigration. No. They don't even come close to your bags. So, what we are saying is that if you are not on duty, if you have not been given express permission by the Ghana Police Service to be at the airport, to see off an officer or a person that you have been assigned to, I want to advise, or rather caution, that it shouldn't be happening again. Nobody should go to the airport in uniform to assist families, friends, or relations.
Aha, ela wakano. So we police ni so nese nyese ya shada ma adwuma. Ese wo de panimu bi ko ana wo kwaye adwuma bi wo ha. Ye, ni wan so uniform no so kra sa wo koja obusuani bi nso kwan. Ai, eno so ye won no de aka ho.
2024 is around the corner. And by God, so long as we live on this earth, I can assure you that we will ensure that this elections is free and fair. I want to repeat that we will not interfere in the elections. We will allow a free, fair, and a transparent elections. And also, just to let you know that government will continue to retool the police service. It means before the elections, we shall do our best to give the Ghana police more accoutrement to be able to discharge your duties professionally. We have, I'm told, that the regional commander
Honorable Nyarko so far or may fi some so no was to omofo afa abato aye beto so ma police from ho nye ginia men sem fata biamu omomma esupa ene de ni ahohyeso e wo modada adwumadi mu
ye to so akonsam foforo emu a Tamale Youth Choir e wo Tamale e wo Northern Region na enra benen omo afiri Kumasi akodu Tamale ni nyina sakro bia sante kotoko hene edi mfie aduonum e wo esikadwa so ama ye hye ho fa na wotwetwa mu no wo ye choral competition ya mantama hodo ni nyina de wadwomtofo ebehia mu Great Hall ye wo Kwame Nkrumah suapon mu na omo esai dwom ehyehyɛ ya na wo competition ho ne say fa otumfo anniversary ni sai dwom ni mpunto dwom oba ya waye nyina na nyame anim no kure ni enwuma Tamale Youth Choir ebehu wo Great Hall no omo maka nyina kro bi anka wo ho asem omo di nkono enkunim di first straight up esan se na de course no na efe no kodo ye no wakoye ndi akogbe wa hene enan so ede wo mo ekuruwa onya ye ne akyede ka ho a ye de ma wo mo no akoma no ama wo mo wo kyerehira wo pa.
The palace is so happy to receive the choir from Tamale who represented Northern Region at the Otunfuo's event. The palace is so happy when the good news reached His Majesty Nyarko and Akua II that they emerged victorious as the winners of that particular competition. The visit today is so welcoming. The king is very happy to see them in the Jawa Palace today. He expressed his happiness for the good always fall on him anytime they have any challenge as far as their work is concerned.
Yeah, so they just took some few seconds to sing a song for the Overlord. I don't know, with you hearing that song, how is being the feelings, or how is the feelings?
The song has been so fantastic. It is well composed. His Majesty, as we all saw him, he was overjoyed.
Al Hassan Fatawu, you Tamale Youth Choir, Penny, HRS, na Abukari, Yana Abukari, Nenia Jepa, so more cotton in himsa, Nenuachi, Choir Master on one is side Jumi, our side do a chair, one do more competition, you know, Samuel, Mensa, Duana, or no so HRS, the sea, say, I don't of one arm, one, and can you say Emma?
Well, it was nice song because we were all excited and the excitement was at another level. Yes. I'm talking about expectation. Everyone goes to the competition with the expectation and hope that we want to win. So we also went prepared for our own good. All on our side, we were able to make victorious. So we were very excited. But we were really happy that we emerged the winners.
So how was Otunfuo's mood?
Well, personally, because I was conducting, my back was facing him. But afterwards, when I watched the videos, and those who were actually watching, he was smiling throughout. I mean, at the point, see him clapping, and I want to believe that the song actually touched him. I want to believe that it depicted how who was
Abusuafo we ani jesam ya asi ewo Tamale branku nimdie ni free Kumase na ebobokwohwe igbewa palace ewo yendi
Kwa Doma Central Municipal Chief Imam ya oho ye Sheikh Zakaria Ibrahim eno wase enkramofo na maye achiwe no waka we ya kyeremo wo awunnim na wo so wo bayi ye salad jams ne ne teka ho no wase enka kramoso ho wase nya sa akwa na Ramadan hyehye etie wanhwe na so okoye ye sahane ma no na amanfo fa ho ye ne ma boni adwaman ne ma ensem fata bra Nyankopon Allah na bufuhie ebeba wo so eno wa cheche ma se eye Ramadan na sa achiwe no akonchire no e won fa so dia hodo bebire na kramoso ma won hyehye ye wo so mudi so nti se wani so na wo se de wa wo pe na obeye dance na mo beye na niam ensem fata ba ma ne wa nya akonchire no kwa na nkeye
someone want principles someone want guidelines someone want hyehye e won mra wani so a na chese na wo ye ni nyina no ya ko ebregu se ba sema bunu no bebre da wo gidim so ye kramani wa ya chiwi o pa chiwi na nshira dia na chese da wo kodi we ni no so wa ya wo fa hye wa chiwi bo wa chiwi ho ban se ense no the same thing na obobo we edel fit no so se enko sei enti ye ne Nyankopon ni gi ho na continue awo Nyankopon na kwan yes a ko fa ne ma bi na akoye asa agro adwaman na chese ne wo ye 30 days 39 days ina no na asa akoye sabi asem hun kwa me ka kire o ma mo ye jam sa no se yi di dane de wodi ye salla ne din ko bata wa agro ho a wan hwe ye oben azam because o mo ye sa no sabi so mo no nya wodi na wa ko fa kremo so mo din no ko bata wa agro fo bi ho na wodi ye dabi islam no ye mfa ni agro sa o mfa wo islam no ko bata o sika pe ho sa wodi nam na wo ye ne ma e ya chiwade wo banya problem ko ye wo dance na fa wodi 2 times no so ye mfa ho but wodi ye salla no ko to dance so dia you may be in trouble la ni any dance bi ya friend salla dance salla is separate and wo dance is separate.
Sheikh Zakaria Ibrahim na waka no se salad jams bia ni wo Quran ni mu enu nti no omo hwe ni ye e wo ho enu wo che mu sese chiwia no omo wie ni sen ya na ye ni gie enko a na mum no wo sre ne manfo no ese omo gi omo ni no omo omo ni na ho se omo nko ka obi ana enko broso ne enko fa asem ema
ye ya chiwia na de chiwia ba wi ya ne gisem the prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam akura kase nipa o ya chiwia wo ni gi akese pa mienu ba ko no se da odi na chiwia ba wi ya ni gi da e di mano sa nso na da obehia ne yankopon agi achiwia na katua so esa ya ni gi da kese pa e di mano enti achiwia da ye di ba wi no ya ni gi da islam no e wo kwan a yemfa so ngi ani e bi ni se wo ba kwa kosra wo namfufo wo busuafo wo adofo kwan bebre wo ho a ebetuma hyiahia agi ani e wo kwan a islam na nkasa pene so na mom se ko ba te se mabunu yenkan ye homom ni yenko high dance ni emesa na che se ni emo aye no wa hyi wachiwe ni na kura pa se san ya wro ho kese
Sheikh Zakaria Ibrahim Doma Central Municipal Chief Imam Anakremosofo Penipa or Doma Central enono
Yes, Mpaseti Zongo na Mpatesi Zongo hine Chief Abdallah Mohammed wakasa dia tudwa bwabanya baso ewo koko obu a wapagya mu amana kosoro na emo wo kyeresa aban betimi aye bebire dia ka ho na atumi ne wiase nyina abo no agina mpempenso baako Chief Mohammed akasa bra woni ensem twene Kofi Adade di nkomo na hemfie wo Mpaseti na wo kyerem se koko adwuma no eno ani adwuma ekuafo a wo ye ho adwuma ne de hwe wo ma ene wabusua enti so okoton na ne ye hwese ese galamse etu koko tugu na wo fa wasase kura ma obi o ye galamse ade be che wo be ko ne ya sensu ade ma beta efu na se ni ye tutu amana enti wo gina ho ana wo kyerese wonni hweye je se wo dane ma wo munti aban hwe no nka ho asem
ye kuani kase pa wo to apo no ha a obi a odum beseti a obi ani se ku ye dwuma de me fani abro na koko bo no a aban na pegya koduru no ye di ka aka sisi de abide koko board 40 years sufre te so mu se koko tons dudu a no mo pe no sisi de omunya na so tia na tie ndi ne wo so mu twa no bi sia se di nti ene ma no ba sa the cocoa boy or my pegam baby 58%. Yet I am say, and say, Bishop, we anymore. Yaminka men qua, Sabasaka view. Did you miss any say? Cocoa board up a boon, the can say, yea, be a worduma, be a word. The air can say, yen to chap cocoa, my cat a pony, no, yen pony. Open your scanner. The pony, no, where they we are. Na cocoa born which can our petty union, Saka. Na wanya dia minim se sika na abane de aba no ebegu sika nu so saa wonya bi emfanye te mesese ye nyina me ani nkon na abane de na se sada kuku board nyina ase na ekuafo ankwa ebuada Ghana kuku minim se Ghana kuku no a eswati sisi de begina din amana sa pega akoso
baba se so wonya obehwa nante
mito abu 4 bus dia na eto bia bema nani akọ nti mrante ne ye ne be fru mu ti se galamse ba ya fo so obi se won ko no me se
na Chief Abdallah Kasafa afi enkom chen a wo mu ewie ni nei e de ade sato muslimifo nyinanum ni tituru ni mabuno no se wo mu eje wo ni wo nto wo bo baabi te se nkran ni ma ene ya abo abo okumasia ene yi sabun zongo mu de keka wo be se enipa tete ka ho ka nimu ewo ho na so no wode ne to abesi wode glass ne kofom no wo si wona ka yi dane ne nipa de ne se twifom wo se komisheni nya sa na o kire wo
we de mema ye nyina ho afinsiapa na se de esi koe kotodwa ni ma ebo obi ma ye ho sa bo obi ma ebusua bo obi ma Ghana man no te se abato ene ye ba be wura mu wo se se ase ye ho aduru ansa na dabone na ede aba we ye nka abato obi ani ho a eye emrepa dabone nti wo se obi ama ne mpa ebo mu yeden te se ka bi mem nka bi na e ba ye no ase ye ti ase na propaganda so abese no nti mesese ye bobi na ye nyina ye yi no ya ko num nsuo na asundue mu no mesese obi nkotu moto basabasa ekopra obi na akogi a wo se nka ye kwa ye hwehwe ne akogi ne kohwe ne komochi ne kohwe ne ko prison ne kohwe nka nipa no obi afuto obi ne wa chese ade ne bi mu nti mesese ye nyina ya num nsuo a ya bobi ama ye ho abobi ama Ghana man no dia ka ne se apiyi ye nyina hwi ne mo e ho ban efri esan ene musu ene hawo se be ya Ghana be nya na sundue ne so nyina nya ya sundue wo ho a ene nyam somo ho
Chief Abdallah Mohammed eye Mpasentia Zongo hene ono na motese okasa no
abusuafo ye da ye ho na ye de makwa ma no ne South Africa my move na okay
Ebusiafo ye fi ase a yemfa yeni enkyere Kenya arawo sama yen saka free Kenya kyerɛ sɛ nura ensu atɔ ama nkrofo kɔ adwuma mo pon yo mo kɔ fie no ka wo mo atiti mu te sabase yiye die kufo die ni ayalolo ye agya commercial cars no ensu na no edi nti atwe wo ankade wo mo kwa ma nyame adom ekoloku baabi ene ensu ni buba ka anim nti wo mo atiti ka anim mo ho edi mema mo abetende wo mtimi foforo kɔtena career ne so ene ma tete sɛ me a yentimi nkɔ baabi ane ene ye maka ensu anim na ensu nyame adom nti ensu ne twen ye no omo kɔhwɛ na kyerɛ sɛ nipa bɛyɛ duonum ne akyire 50 and over a na wo mu no obi aho anka
ya de mo kɔ South Africa mai mu no ɔmampani dadaje kɔb Zuma sɛ de mpanimfo atimi asan no wɔyɛ kɔɔtofo kyerɛ mu sɛ kotoni ma bosomi aye besimi abato ɔmo bɛto wɔ South Africa no otimi gyina bi ɛpre mampani akonya no na emfie mpinu ne nkunu mu ɛna ɔbɛyɛ mampani obedi African National Council ANC amanyɔkuo nanim emua sɛ wɔdi ni pani na ɛna ɔmo de kwadu bɔbɔ no ya na ntansa ne fa proye ɛne ketase hye ho nti hu sɛ nsɛm kɔya ɛma 2021 no ɔmo de ni tumu abosomi dunum enti akoba sɛ wɔ sa abegina no na ɔmo kyerɛ ma ɔman no emra ne makwan sɛ yɛde ntansa bɔ na wodam abosome edumienu ɛde kɔsoro na eni kwan sɛ wotimi gina ɛsɛ ɛbɛpre pani bi ɛbra na wɔyɛ pani dada nso pani fo abɔ na ama kɔkɔɔto sɛ ɛhyɛ bia na no so wotimi gina pere bi
ye ko Nigeria memo mampani Bola Tinubu oba ye ebi so na nka waya kokora Nigeria fo etu mampani yi ahyeda ene de ka ho ne so ba ye wode ne nkokora sem ebo adwuma ewo Nigeria ene oman ne so afo bi ananka owo man ni mo ba besia sika wasesa dia kogu na account mu no 30 billion naira ya wo de call British pound more 24 million pounds 19 million pounds and a US dollar near 24 million dollars na nei yesi bank account mako be 50 obey oda so na wo fefefe yi o na wa bie na ebie na wode ne din aye ne ma ne nananom ne nabusuafo din na wode aye na wo twe oman ni sika edi gumu saa na hwehwemu na ada na die se accounts ni bi okro mo nko mo nkɔhwehwɛ na owura ye de adwuma ya hye ne nsa nka Ghana ha ye yoko Nigeria for yoko na the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission EFCC panyin akasa owura Ola Olukoyede ochiremu a wo se enye Charles play obi kasa nye nkwada agora sika ho makohunu ne nye nkwada asɛm a na tesa baba awai watwe sika na sie papa debi na ne nyina mu no wo so mo bewie hwehwemu no sika no ko benya bebre atwe de abeka ne ɛwɔ aban ne kɔfɛsi mu ho ababa awai aboman ne koro no de ekoso Nigeria mai mu eno
ya de asi ya busuafo Korea ne sel mu Jimmy Cliff eboa no oba pa Priscilla ana owusu poku Shabati any reaching so ebeta yechi medinde Maame Nyarko papa bi mene
Akua Asieduaa ye de mu nyina esi ha ne asori ade panche ye nyina ye ma yenu no muslim fo nyina so barka de sala
barka kade
Promise News.